We have Aaron Rodgers and TJ Watt talking to the media, and then we'll go inside the locker room.
TJ scored on 7 late possessions that close out that game. What was going on for you guys?
Seemed like everything. It was an absolutely unacceptable performance from us on the defensive side of the ball.
What were they able to do to minimize, for the most part, the pass rush?
I think they were getting the ball out pretty quick all night.
Yeah.
Good amount of max protection, but
We do the same fucking
then,
thing.
It seemed like the ball was coming out pretty quickly.
A couple big plays in the running game in the second quarter that, characteristic of them. What do you feel like led to that?
Just not playing gap sound football. Obviously, we'll have to look at the tape, but we felt like the run scheme we had for this game was going to be effective, and I think it's going to come down to, when we look at the film, it's just guys getting out of gap.
What's the mindset when you're in a game where you're not getting stops? So what are you thinking? What are you saying to yourselves on the sideline?
Trying to bow up. I mean, obviously, been in that situation before. I mean, it's not always going to be your night, but you like to think that through all of the training and practice and everything that we've put in, that when we need to stop the most, we should be able to get a stop, and wasn't able to tonight.
Is that some of the stuff you've seen before from Flacco over the years?
As far as
Getting the ball out quickly. And
yeah, we saw it last year in Indy. I think it's something that we knew he was capable of. Obviously, when you play that long, you're able to get through your reads quick, and need to be able to stop him.
TJ's defense as a whole, what makes Chase so tough to stop on the slants?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to rush up front and stop the run and get after the quarterback.
Is this a game where, even though you're not satisfied with the effort, if you can get some turnovers, maybe you can still find a way?
Yeah.
No matter the way.
I mean, we've prided ourselves on getting that splash, and I don't think we had one last week. Don't have one this week. If you're not stopping the run and getting off the field and not creating turnovers, you're in a whole world of hurt.
I think they converted a few more on 3rd and 10 plus tonight. That's been an ongoing issue for this team. Is there anything that you can put your finger on right now?
Just got to watch the film, get better. I'm sure it's a mix of a lot of things, but we need to solve it quick.
Thursdays have been tough for you guys for a while now. Is there anything that you can kind of put your finger on?
I think it's tough for everybody to play this quick of a schedule, but if they're going through it, we should be able to figure it out as well.
Anything else? Thanks, guys. All right.
Real quick before Aaron starts talking. So something that TJ said, right? About like gaps and whatnot. Something that was brought up while I was listening to stuff to be like, okay, the people who actually analyze it, what do you say? Because it's going back, watching the All-22, watching the film, and it's okay, instead of watching it live, let me get this. And as far as the gaps, they said sometimes, and this isn't every play, it's not, but you might have a play maybe a couple of times a game where the offense does something, and as you're communicating with your teammates on defense about, hey, this happened, we need to adjust this kind of way. While you're communicating, the offense can quick snap you. So you're talking, and all of a sudden, hike, oh shit, and all of a sudden you're not in your gap, you're getting blown off the line. That can happen, but it's not every play. And TJ brought up the max protect, and yes, guys were getting shipped. They're getting shipped, they're getting rid of the ball quick, it's all that. It's just hard for the defense, the pass rushers especially, to impact the game when you're essentially doing what the Steelers do. You're giving the Steelers a taste of their own medicine. So, I mean, you hope that they can figure this shit out and be like, okay, this is how we fix it. And you hope that they do. Because for a couple of games there, it looked like they figured it out, right? It looked like they did. And now they just reverted back to week 1. So, let's see what Aaron had to say.
I feel like you guys maybe got away from the run a little bit too quick in the first half there when you guys had to.
I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like we ran the ball really well. I think we had a good couple first drives, and then I made a poor decision on a drive. Kind of changed the momentum a little bit. No, I didn't feel like we were mixing it up. They started to play a little more one high, so we had some chances to take some shots down the field.
It seemed like you had some time in the pocket. It was pretty different than the way things have been going earlier in the season. And you guys were able to connect on some scramble drills. Was that something you were maybe expecting, or was that sort of an adjustment on the fly?
No, I mean, they played
Where's
a lot
that
of
drink again?
Too high coverage, and we blocked it up pretty well. I felt good kind of moving in the pocket and out of the pocket, and made some extended plays.
Mike said Pat's time would be coming here soon, and like he stepped up for you guys tonight. Were you looking for him especially on that first touchdown catch?
Well, I mean, on that one, I'd actually told him on the sidelines, hey, no, I told him at halftime, I said, if we come back and I call this play, be ready. Because I saw something on one of the pictures on the sideline in the first half. So at halftime, I pulled him aside, and I didn't think it'd be 3rd and 18 from the 19, but they clouded pretty hard to DK, and Pat did a nice job down the middle. And it was really the same play on the second touchdown.
Aaron, on that first interception, was there any miscommunication with DK or just?
I was trying to look off the safety, and I was just kind of thrown to a spot. I got to go back and look at it.
Was the flea flicker, was there a miscommunication there or something?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a flea flicker. Yeah, we were on the
Oh,
same page.
yeah, that was negative for the offense.
Aaron, what do you think was working with the ground game?
Forgot about that.
Just about everything. I think we've done a good job when Spence is on the field, or really just Darnell. I mean, Darnell is such an important part of our offense, and as you've seen us starting to take some steps offensively the last 3 weeks, it's no surprise his snap count's gone up. So I'm really proud of Darnell. I'm proud of the other tight ends as well. I mean, we had 4 touchdown catches by tight ends. Pat had 2 of them, and John had a nice scramble drill. And, I was telling Darnell during the week on the play that he caught for a touchdown, I said, I know you're 6'8", but try and get lost on this play. And he did exactly what I was hoping he would do on that one. So I'm really proud of those guys, especially Pat. Pat's a great player, and he hasn't had a lot of looks. His play time's gone down, but his attitude hasn't. And I think there's a lot to be said for the professionalism that he showed, especially the last couple weeks.
Aaron, how do you keep it from being a roller coaster? Like, try to keep even after, throughout the course of the season?
Well, I think you got to realize, listen, we want to win every game. There needs to be an expectation of winning, but this is a short week, division opponent, anything can happen. Obviously, Joe played really well for them, and Chase and T got going for him. But this is the NFL. We had a chance to really open up some space, but we're 4-2, still first in the division. Got a couple, home games coming up, back-to-back, another Sunday night opportunity against my former team. So I'm not going to ride the roller coaster, and I know Mike isn't, and hopefully you guys follow suit.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Ditto on Aaron there. It's, hey, we got a job to do. Don't ride the roller coaster. Because that's the thing. Right now, as we sit here, stand here, whatever, today, we control our own destiny. And if we let ourselves get too down, then we're going to lose it. Now, do you want to be too high? No. Obviously not. You want to be right middle-ish, but not too low, not too high. Keep your head level and play well, right? It's what you want. It's really great that Aaron's able to tell Pat, hey, I saw this. If this happens, I'm looking for you. And there you go. And Darnell, it's like during the week, it's, hey, in this play, just, I know it's hard. You're a massive human being. Try to get lost. Right? Try to get lost in the coverage. And then, Tomlin was not lying when he talks about matchup and situation will determine personnel. Where he brought up, hey, this is a 4-3 team. We're probably going to see a lot of Darnell, which we did. But when the situation called for it, hey, we're behind. We're going to be passing a little bit. Pat, you're in. So, it's both who you're playing against, the matchup, and your situation at that time determines what you need to do, who you're sending out there. So let's go to the locker room. Let's see, we're going to have Pat Freiermuth, Alex Highsmith, Joey Porter Jr., and Patrick Queen after the loss to the Bengals.
Extremely frustrating. Obviously, we had them there at the end. Give credit to them. They had a good game plan, and they came out on top.
How about you? How did you feel out there today? I mean, first game in a while, over 100 yards, and offense kind of was clicking there.
I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, wish we came out with a W. It's always about the team first, and proud of how the guys fought during the whole game. But doesn't really mean much since we didn't win.
Now, what is it about Thursday nights with you guys? Can you put your finger on it?
No, I mean, we just gotta execute better and come out with a win.
Was it just the quick passes from Flacco?
Yeah, I mean, he was getting it out quick, but I mean, we had a game plan for that, and so we just didn't execute. And like I said, we didn't make the plays that needed to be made tonight to win the game.
It's kind of uncharacteristic of the way you guys have been playing, especially stopping the run.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's what something we pride ourselves on, and so when that happens, it's unacceptable. So we just got to analyze the tape when we get back in.
Is there anything with Thursday night games?
I mean, I feel like we do a good job preparing for them. I feel like we have a good week. The practice, but in the day, it doesn't matter what happens in practice. You got to come out here and execute. We didn't do that tonight.
Alex, how frustrating is it to have a game like this defensively when it felt like you guys have been on the rise the last couple of weeks?
It's frustrating because we know the type of defense we are and the type of players we have, and so, like I said, it's just frustrating knowing how good we've been playing recently and to have this happen. So, like I said, we just got to analyze the film and get back to work.
Frustrating is it to have a game like this after it felt like the defense had been trending in the right direction the last couple of weeks?
It sucks, but like we said before, we weren't perfect like when we played the Browns, and we're not perfect now. So we just got to keep working, keep working on our craft. Really, there ain't really much to say.
Is it a different challenge for you guys when you're facing two guys of that caliber as opposed to just one that's been with the pace most of the year?
No, not really. I mean, we got the guys to do it. They just gotta let us play.
What do you mean by that?
I wasn't a big fan of the calls today with the officiating, but it is what it is. It's football.
What were some of the
That's going to be a fine.
What explanations did you get on some of those penalties that looked like you were talking to the officials?
I was trying to figure it out, but he wasn't really saying nothing educational to learn from, so it was pointless.
What wasn't working well with stopping the run tonight?
We just wasn't doing what we've been doing. We wasn't being physical. We wasn't maintaining our gap. Everybody just got a job, and they just got to stick to that job. Starting with me, I got to be better. I had 2 chances to make a play. Didn't make the play, and it turned into a big run. So, I just got to get better. It's that simple.
Why were they?
I mean, I think this is my first Thursday night here, so I think we had good preparation, good walkthrough, good practice. It's unfortunate. Felt like we had good momentum. Felt like we practiced good. Felt good going into the game. So we just got to go out, execute better, play more physical, be who we are.
What was Flacco doing that was so effective tonight?
He was just being him. Dude's savvy, dude's a vet. He knows the ins and out. I think he was playing ball. He was giving his wide receivers a chance. They was making plays. We weren't. It was that simple.
Well, not a whole lot to glean there, though. Alex did say they had a game plan for the quick passing and just weren't able to execute. So is that... I mean, God, when you say we're not able to execute, like, okay, is it the correct play call? Did Terrell Austin make the right call? And the players just can't do it. And there was someone who said, like, God, who was it? Because he was on it was a corner, I think. But he's on a team where they play, like, mostly man. And it's like when you play man and you don't really practice zone, when you try to go to zone in the game, not to say you never practice zone, but you don't practice it as often. Especially with, like, current CBA and all that. But it's like, when you try to use zone in the game, you're not as good at it. And, it's like, well, just practice it more. Well, then you're taking away from man. And again, I bring up the CBA. You're only allowed so much practice time, right? It was bargained between the league and the players. And it's not what it used to be, with two-a-days or anything like that. It's literally just, whether maybe you don't have enough practice time in the week in order to do man and zones. Okay, we're going to focus on man then. I couldn't tell you. But, players are taking accountability, which is nice. You want them to be accountable for what happened. And we just go from here. Our next game is Sunday Night Football at home against the Green Bay Packers. Aaron mentioned it. We are going to be wearing our 1933 throwbacks. Now, much like the bye week, we're getting extended rest here. So I tweeted out, Pittsburgh's the type of team where we're going to lose this game. Now, and this was brought up, if before the season started, you were told the Steelers will be 4-2 through the first 6 games, I'm not telling you which ones they win, and I'm not telling you which ones they lose, right? They're 4-2. They are in first place in the AFC North. How many fans would have taken that deal? Right? And been happy about it. Holy crap, we're 4-2 and we're in first place? Hell yeah, I'll take that deal. And now you're sitting here and you're like, all these guys suck, they're terrible, people need to be fired, people need to be cut, benched, whatever. Right? Whereas 3 months ago, 2 months ago, you would have taken that deal immediately. And, like, let's say they do win versus Green Bay, right? They'll be 5-2. Now, I understand record-wise, Cincinnati would be 2-5 instead of 3-4, right? But how does it impact the Steelers if they had gone win-lose instead of lose-win? Yes, obviously they have a bigger lead on the division. Cincinnati falls to 2-5. Like, 100% understand that, right? But would people feel so much better about a win-lose versus a lose-win? How much better would people feel, right? Because your record's the same, 5-2. being 5-1 and then 5-2 versus 4-2 and 5-2. Now, obviously, that's all of that scenario assumes they beat the Packers, which I said they are the type of team with this extra bit of rest, this extra bit of work before Sunday Night Football, where they'll go out and they'll beat the Packers because Mike Tomlin is phenomenal on extra rest. His record on Monday Night Football is really, really good. So, we'll see what happens. We are going to hear from Mike Tomlin following his press conference with the media for our Week 8 game versus the Packers. Though, and we also usually just play well in alternate uniforms, right? Like, throwbacks, bumblebees, our color rush. For some reason, in alternate uniforms, we play really well. So we'll see if that trend continues. Plus, we saw what happened the last time Aaron played one of his former teams. It is possible we get a similar performance by him. Because motivation is a hell of a thing. That little bit of extra motivation where the Jets told him, get lost. Right? Aaron Glenn made him fly across the country on his own money just to tell him, you're not staying. How would you like this worded? Right? He gave him the middle finger, essentially, and said, get the fuck out. And we see how the Jets are doing, and then we see how Aaron's doing. And now the Packers, yes, he had, 18 years there? But they did trade him away. So, motivation can be a heck of a thing. If you guys did enjoy this, please do leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.